Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back. It's good to see you. We have a full moon in Capricorn again on Sunday, July 21st, 2024. So this is the second full moon in a row that is in Capricorn. That's pretty rare and pretty special. So I've been sitting with the energy. I already have some oracle cards pulled. The messages are flowing through, so we can just dive right into it. Before we do, I just want to say very quickly, as per usual, I will leave some journal prompts for you in the description box. So those are there if you want to take your personal introspection a layer deeper. And speaking of journal prompts, I have created my own journal prompt deck. So I've been doing inner work for like 10 years at least, and I have amassed a huge collection of journal prompts, and I decided to put them all in one physical, accessible spot so that I can use them in these readings for you guys. So I've done that. So there are 80 total. Every card just has a number and then the prompt, cute little star on the back. So I'm really excited about it, and this reading today is going to be my very first time using it. Okay? So it does have a name, but I am going to keep that to myself for now because it is my ultimate big dream to have this professionally printed at some point and to have it for sale. So I'm going to keep the name to myself. I think it's pretty cool though. So anyway, I'll draw from this at some point during this reading. With that said, let's go into these oracle cards. All right, we've got transformation. Because when are we not transforming? Earth, perfect for Capricorn energy. Soulmate. Full moon. And at the bottom of the deck, relief. Okay. There is a collective asking for relief. What that means is you are probably experiencing the opposite of relief right now. I want you to define the opposite of relief for yourself because it's going to be different for each and every one of you. What is it that you are seeking relief from? There may be an external situation that you would like relief from, or you wish that it would end or resolve in some way. I want you to focus instead on the internal feeling experience. Are you seeking relief from anger, frustration, sadness, grief, anxiety, dread? What is it for you? Whatever it is that you are seeking relief from, that is the thing that is asking to be transformed, that needs to be transformed. Okay? All full moons are about shining light on your shadows. Full moons are a completion point, kind of like the World card in tarot. This circle here is completion. It's also a portal. In order for you to wrap up this cycle, step through the portal into the next, you've got to release baggage. You've got to reveal and release what cannot come with you, or what shouldn't come with you. That's why full moons can be so emotionally tumultuous, right? Because it's almost like your shadows are being thrown in your face. You don't have to go looking for them. The full moon just illuminates them, right? There they are. Ooh, there's the shadow that needs to be transformed, right? So obviously it's going to be different for each and every one of you. However, I am seeing very specifically through these two cards right here, on a collective level, what is asking to be transformed, the shadows that are asking to be transformed, are relative to your relationship to your physical body. and how your relationship to your physical body impacts the quality of your closest relationships. I know this says soulmate, and some of you may be dealing directly with a literal soulmate, but the way that I interpret this card, at least in this context, is intimate relationships that you wish to have an open, authentic, heart-centered connection with, right? This could be your dog. I mean, it could be your mom. It could be a coworker. It could be your partner. It could be anybody that you want to have an open, honest, authentic, loving, supportive connection with, right? Spirit is saying, look at your relationship to your body, your physical body, earth energy, earth, 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 Capricorn. Your relationship to yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. I have said that so many times and I will never stop. The nuance here, or the specificity here with this particular message in this full moon, is your relationship to your physical body sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. So what's your relationship to your body like? I know that's like a loaded question, but it's what wants to be looked at right now. And I would ask also, when you're with another person, whether it's over the internet or physically in real life, when you're with another person, are you in your body? A lot of us aren't. A lot of us just dissociate, right? The heck out of our bodies, right? Because we feel like in order to connect with somebody, we almost have to like go into them or like become them. We get so fixated on the other that we just dissociate from ourselves. But then no actual connection can happen. It's kind of ironic and counterintuitive, right? Now, I did pull one other card from Anatomy of a Witch Oracle, which in retrospect is so perfect. I did not do that on purpose. And the card that came forward is Earth. It's literally called Earth. So Earth, another symbol of a heart, and the acorn is bursting open to transform from seed to tree. It's like all the other cards in one card. It's unbelievable. And when I channel through this card, I hear very specifically, the deeper the roots, the higher the branches. So if what you are seeking, if what you are ultimately desiring is more light, relief, heart-centered, pure, authentic connection, right? To the degree that you wish to experience light, you must also be willing to experience shadow. Shadow and light create each other. They don't exist without each other, right? So to burst through the other side of this completion point into a whole new cycle, you've got to be willing to go into these shadows. Okay. All right. Let's go into tarot. I am using the Wild Unknown. This deck just really wants to be used a lot lately. I'm not sure why, but in almost every reading I give, I feel lately it wants to come forward. Okay. What wants to be asked? Where do we go from here? I want to know more about this shadow that's ready to be alchemized. Tell me more about this shadow. There's one shadow. I'm hearing there's one. It's a very specific shadow in the collective that is ready to be alchemized. There it is. Okay. The Hermit. This is the embodiment of going into your shadows in order to find your light. Shining light on your shadows. Tell me more. Tell me more about this shadow that wants to be alchemized in the collective. Oh, Spirit is coming through with like a really strong message. Wow, this is really strong. Like, it's making me get emotional here. Okay, hang on. Let me deliver this message without crying. The physical body is probably the most overlooked thing, or the thing that is the most taken for granted. It's like when you get sick, right? And you have a stuffy nose, and you're like, oh my God, I would give anything to be able to breathe through my nose again. I can't believe I took that for granted. I'm never going to take that for granted again. Your physical body and your physical health is probably, arguably, the number one thing that is taken for granted on a daily basis. Your body is just there. Just think about the infinite processes that are happening in your body right now that allow you to see me, hear me, to feel whatever you're sitting on, your clothes. I mean, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. And we just completely take it for granted. Your physical body is the source. It's the beginning and the end of your whole life. It's where everything happens. And yet we don't pay attention, or we don't give it the credit it deserves, at least. Okay, tell me more about this shadow. Whew. Tell me more about this shadow, please, Spirit. This shadow that's ready to be alchemized in the collective. Thank you. Okay, 7 of Cups. It feels almost like every possibility and potential that you've ever dreamt of or asked for, it is on the other side of you looking within, and more specifically, being fully physically embodied. Like, not dissociating out of your body. Cultivating and honing a healthy relationship to your body. This goes so far beyond just what you eat and what you drink and whether you work out or not. That's of course all a component of it, but this is so far beyond that. This is understanding that your body is the gateway to everything that you want. Your truth is in your body. I feel like this message is just almost so big, it's hard to even vocalize. Tell me more, a little bit more about this shadow. Seven of Wands. So we've got 2 sevens, 7 of Cups and 7 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. Huh. Interesting. You know what? I've never actually thought about the 5 of Pentacles quite in this way. Typically scarcity, lack mindset, feeling unsupported, right? It's almost like defend your body, stand up for your body. Your body is a part of you, right? If you believe, then you don't have to. It's okay if you don't. I totally get it if you don't. 444 on the timer. Like, I get it if you don't. But I'm assuming most of you watching this are probably somewhat spiritually inclined. You probably believe that you are a non-physical being currently temporarily experiencing physicality, right? If that's the case, then your physical body is a part of you that you can engage with just like you would engage with another person. It's an aspect of you. You are in relationship to it. So I'm seeing this almost as like this is your spirit defending your physical body. Your physical body has been left out in the cold. Your physical body is, again, totally taken for granted, dismissed. It's just used and abused. It's like, yeah, it'll be there. It'll get through. My body will find a way. I'm not focused on it. Right? This is like an asking for you to defend your own body like it's another person who needs you. Are you your body's friend? That doesn't mean you have to be perfect and you have to eat nothing but like lettuce every day. And no, this is about the nature of the relationship. Are you in a healthy relationship to your body? Are you aware of it? Do you tune into it? Do you feel it? Or again, are you dissociated, right? The possibilities are endless. The possibilities are endless when you defend your body. That's what I'm hearing. I know that's kind of a weird way to say it, but that's what I'm hearing. The possibilities are endless when you stand up for your body, when you take the best interests of your physical body into account. Okay? So this is the shadow. That means that on a collective level, we have not been doing this. At least not as much as we should. Not as much as we should. So what's the advice? What's the advice here? How do we start to transform this relationship to our physical bodies? Ooh, the moon. Well, your intuition also lives in your body. It lives in your body. And yes, your brain is part of your body. Your brain is part of your body. Justice. Yeah. Four of Wands. There's a certain amount of surrender that needs to happen and just trusting the process. Practicing surrendering to your physical body and just accepting where it's at. and not having an agenda with your body. Like, don't approach this like, body, you need to be at a certain weight by a certain point. You need to be at a certain level of physical health by a certain point. You need to do these things for me. Like, don't have an agenda. Don't have an agenda. Be open to receiving the messages that your body has for you. Right? This is like honing an intuitive relationship to your body. It may tell you things you would not expect. Sometimes your body may say, I'd like a cupcake. And if you immediately attack it, like, what is wrong with you? No, there's no way you could ever want a cupcake. Like, what kind of relationship is that? That's just a really simple, silly example, right? So when you're open to being shown, when you're open to listening rather than projecting, balance happens. It happens all on its own. It's not something you have to force. It's not something you have to force. And the truth of your body is right there. It's just like all that you have to do is start listening. Start listening. And the truth is just like, boop, it's ready. It's ready to emerge. And then you come home to yourself. And everything starts to line up and make sense and open up. And your relationship to other people will change. Okay, I'm going to pull from my deck now before we run out of time. Okay. Here we go. What journal prompt wants to come forward for the collective at this time? It's so weird shuffling cardstock. Well, I shouldn't say, these are all made out of cardstock, but this is like 90-pound cardstock I bought on Amazon. So it's kind of like, it just feels totally different than a normal tarot card. All right. What journal prompt wants to come forward for the collective at this time? I will put this journal prompt in the description box along with several others, of course, as I always do. What journal prompt wants to come forward for the collective at this time? Okay. Yes! Oh, I love it. This is number 22. This is a prompt that is kind of a complete the sentence prompt. I feel the most alive and joyful when... ... Fill in the blank. I feel the most alive and joyful when... Probably not when you're dissociated or sick. When you're in your body. When you're fully in your body. For me, it's always been dancing. It's always been dancing. And really anything, any moment where I'm just fully present. Fully present. So answer that for yourself. Okay. Okay. To wrap things up, I'm going to pull one final card from Into the Lonely Woods, because you know I can't. I am currently obsessed with this deck, so we gotta do it. All right. Final closing message for the collective, please, Spirit. Final closing message for the collective. Okay. Ooh. Number 45. Into Your Arms. There's an owl in this image. I feel like, did this come up for Taurus? I feel like this might have come up for Taurus. Yep, it totally did. I remember now. Okay, so if you're a Taurus and you watch that reading, then here you go again. It's still pertinent. All right, I'm going to read straight from the guidebook. Soon will come a homecoming. It's literally what the Four of Wands is about. Homecoming. Soon will come a homecoming, a time of enrichment and contentment and goodness. There will be kin, a soul family to whom you know you belong. Oh my God. And they likewise to you. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. I can't. The solitude you have experienced means you have more to share now, more than ever before. You did not forget who you were in those lonely times. You became who you were meant to become next. And here you are, and because of that, here they are, the friends. The friends and the companions who see you, understand you, accept you, love you, reach for you in the morning, and kiss you as you fall asleep. The time of solitude shaped your soul, and the shape it took has become beautiful indeed. I love it. Ooh, okay. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope that this was helpful, or at least thought-provoking. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'd love to hear from you, and be sure to check out those journal prompts in the description box. All right, everybody, happy full moon, and I will see you next time. Bye.